Hey, Soul Food family, it's Ray. Welcome to another episode of Seeds of Growth. So, I woke up this morning and I got a huge nudge that I need to leave a message, drop some gems, some wisdom, even give you something to think about. So, I have no idea what I'm going to say. The Holy Spirit is normally speaking through me when I make any message, not just this message. But I think the first question that I wanted to ask, and maybe for you to ask yourself, is, how has your day been? How has your week been? How has your month been? How has your quarter been? How so far has your year been? Traditionally, we are coming to the end of 2024. In all intents and purposes, that's basically what everyone believes. And so, that's the question. How are you? And I think another question that I would pose to you would be, how have you changed, evolved, improved? Have you taken time to purposely be different than you were this year for what is coming, which would be the next year, 2025? What are you doing for yourself? Are you taking time just to be quiet? Are you maybe even taking walks? Because I personally believe that you don't have to wait until what you call the new year to do anything. If you wake up one day, or if you see something that inspires you, start it now. Start it now. You'll feel so much better. You'll feel rejuvenated over time. Let's just say if you start an exercise routine, even if it's something as simple as getting up in the morning before you go to work and taking a walk. Because that 15-minute walk can turn into a half an hour walk, and then that half an hour walk can turn into a 45-minute walk, and then that 45-minute walk can turn into an hour walk. And what do you know? You've walked, 10,000 steps. My goal would be to make the walk a little bit longer so that you can do more than 10,000 steps. But I digress, because we have to start somewhere, right? Going outside, it gives you so many different benefits, not just the sunlight, but just the air. If you get up early enough, you'll get up before the birds start chirping. And it'll just be still. It's such a beautiful feeling to get outside and have what you can breathe in, which it seems to be cleaner air than when we're all, going through our day and there's so much noise and, different things. The quiet of the morning is the most beautiful thing that I've experienced. So anyway, I digress, because I don't want to go on and on about that, but it's just a suggestion, but doing something differently should always be the goal. Learning something different should always be the goal. Tapping into how you actually feel, which is the reason for my questions in the very beginning of this episode, is so important, because the busyness of life, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do the other, the never sitting down and resting, the constant scrolling, the listening to whoever it is that you're listening to that might be influencing your mind, your beliefs, your life, whatever the case may be. All of that, honestly, is noise. There is nothing wrong with any of those things. Obviously, you can learn so much from different people, but there has to be a time that you take for yourself. And that concept, I can remember, just speaking personally, that concept was super foreign to me years ago. And even when I started the process of, having just a routine of things that were for me, it was a very foreign subject, because it had never been done before. I was constantly always doing things for other people, whether it be family, whether it be work. It was never me. It was always everyone else. And so if that is you, I implore you to start a process of taking care of yourself, taking time for yourself, and it's not about, getting massages and all this other stuff. All those things are great. And yeah, do those things. But my thing is taking purposeful time for yourself, learning how to be quiet. I can remember this was probably 2019 or so. I had told myself for years, I don't know how to meditate. Oh, it's so hard. I can't do it. Like, my mind is always racing, blah, blah, blah. I remember when I decided that I was going to do it no matter what. Now, it did not happen overnight because it was very hard. And when I say it was very hard, in order for you to truly meditate, you must quiet your mind. And in order for you to quiet your mind, you have to do this over and over and over and over and over again. My suggestion would be, in addition, to ask God to help you. But overall, if you want to do something like meditating, whether it be journaling, tapping, like there's so many things that you can do, nothing is going to come easy to you because you've never done it before. So it's really up to you as to whether or not you are dedicated to doing something that is going to improve your life, your well-being, your mind, your mindset, and just overall, change your outlook on everything, to be perfectly honest. So anyway, I'll just go into a little example. What I decided to do, since it was extremely hard for me. I can't even express how hard it was. But what I decided to do was I got on YouTube and I found a 1 minute meditation. And I think before I started guided meditations, I started silent meditations. So this is basically, finding a space, a quiet space, sitting down, closing your eyes. I usually had some sort of headphones or something in my ear. And I would go to that YouTube channel or wherever I found it, to the 1 minute. There are plenty of them on YouTube, by the way. And go to a 1 minute meditation, 1 minute silent meditation. Sit down in my sacred space, close my eyes. And when the prompt hits, which would be, okay, it's time for you to start your quiet meditation, from the time that little bell went off to the time that it went off at the end of the minute seemed like 5 hours. I mean, I cannot even express to you how long I felt like I was sitting there. But no matter how difficult it was, mind you, I stopped and started and stopped and started. I'm just letting you know how difficult it was for me. But at the end of the day, when I actually decided that this is what I'm going to do no matter what, every single day I did that silent meditation. And the more that I did it, the more my mind got quiet, because it definitely wasn't quiet in the beginning. My mind got quiet and I could relax. And next thing you know, I was doing a 2 minute silent meditation. Then I was doing a 5 minute silent meditation. Then I was doing a 7 minute and it just grew from there, right? But you have to start somewhere. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing. But that's just a suggestion, because going from a silent meditation, then I decided, let me try a guided meditation. And so guided meditation is just listening to someone guide you through meditating. So the words that they're speaking, their voice and things of that nature, those things are really, really important to me, because believe it or not, of all people, Deepak Chopra, I can't listen to his voice. Something about his voice bothers me. So he wouldn't be the person that I could listen to meditate. But there's plenty of people, and maybe he's your person or someone else that you find. But my in the very beginning when I started these practices, my go-to was YouTube, because there's just a plethora of information there. And so I'm sharing this with you because, one, I know that it's going to be imperative for all of us to make a shift in how it is that we conduct ourselves, how it is that we think, how it is that we treat other people, how it is that we treat ourselves, how we, in observing day to day people, whether I be out and about, whether I see people on social media and things of that nature, or in my travels, in what it is that I'm doing, daily, weekly, monthly, or whatever. It just seems like there's just an overwhelming feeling of stress, unhappiness, drama, confusion, lots of fear, and so on and so forth, right? You get the picture of where I'm going with this. And my answer is always God. But in order for you to get there, you need to start doing something for yourself. You need to find the time to dedicate to yourself. So therefore, you can open up the space for God or for a higher power of your own understanding. But it seems to me like there's a large majority of people that just really, really, really need to take time to really kind of sort of look at yourself in the mirror. How are you doing? How are your actions, your words, your ways of being affecting other people? How they're affecting you? What are you doing in this world? Are you doing anything? Are you helping people? Or is that something that you don't believe in? And why not? There's a plethora of things, mindsets, and ways of being that are very poisonous to our psyche, our being, our bodies. Your mind controls everything. And so if you think all day, 24/7, 365, negatively, you speak negatively, you treat people in not the nicest way, and all of these things, or whatever the case may be, that's affecting you. You might think that you're affecting other people, which you might be, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's affecting you. Because there's no way that you can be a pessimistic person, a negative person, a person that always sees the worst out of everything or whatever, and think that you're going to be like super healthy and everything's great with you or whatever. There's plenty of people out there that are like that and that are suffering in that, whether it's an experience that they had or whether it's just the people that they hang around, or whether it is, I don't know. You know what I mean? There's so many different reasons why we are the way that we are. I mean, I used to be the same way, so it's no judgment. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. And so I think God's purpose in making this video is maybe to just, plant a seed. That maybe you need to look in the mirror and not look outside and see the error of your own ways instead of looking at the error of everyone else's ways. Or maybe it's just that God wants everyone, all of us, to take time to hone in and to hear what messages that He is sharing with us, what it is that He would have us to do, where He would have us to go, what it is that He would have us to say, and to whom. I'm not guessing, I'm just thinking out loud. But I really just wanted to check in to see how you're doing, and maybe something that I've said has resonated with you. I would love for you to share in the comments what you think about what I said. If you are even thinking about making a negative comment, because this is obviously not a space for negativity, just keep scrolling. It's okay. You don't have to. It's really okay. Excuse me. I know that we have a couple of days until Christmas. I think currently today is the 17th of December, 2024. I really want you all to really just simply take some time to assess where you are physically, mentally, spiritually, even financially. And maybe write down 5 things that you can do differently as you go into the next week, the next day, the next month, and the next year, so that you no longer have to suffer in silence, so you no longer have to be who you don't want to be, and so that you know that no matter what, no matter how bad it is, whatever it is, it's okay, and you can change it. It's just simply up to you what it is that you want to do. So allow this seeds of growth to be a simple check-in. Allow it to be a check-in, and for you to take some time, even while you're listening to this, but maybe take a little bit more time after this message is over. You know what I mean? Things that make you go, try it. You might like it, and you might like yourself more. So, this is the end of the message. I hope that anything that I said helped you, resonated with you, whatever. If there's any time that you want to communicate with me, or whatever the case may be, we can have a conversation. Just check all of my information in the about section of, not the about section, the body of this video. And I would love for you to, if this message resonates with you, just, if you don't have anything to say or you don't know what to say, how about you just leave me a white heart? Just leave me a white heart. Have an absolutely fabulous day. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, Local. This is Ray, signing out.